Aloha and welcome. I am here on my couch at home making this welcome video for you guys. This is for Chemistry 162, Spring 2019. Weird being 2019. I'm still writing 2018 and everything. Okay, so the purpose of this video is to orient you to the class. And first things first, go to La Lima. So I'm in La Lima, and here is the syllabus tab. So like I said, the purpose is to orient you to the class. I'm starting with the syllabus. So this is Gen Chem 2. If you are returning students, welcome back. If you are a new student, hello. My name is Mike Ferguson. I'm the instructor. Let me go just to me. Okay, here's me. That's a real panda that I'm sitting next to. They're not very soft. If you've never touched a panda before, I did that in China, and they smell kind of like bamboo. But they're not super soft. If you want a soft panda, pet a red panda. Those are really soft. If you want something even softer, I think fennec fox is the softest things I've ever touched. Anyways, so there's me. My office is Ikelea room 138. Although if you can't come to Kahalui campus, there's other ways to get a hold of me: phone, Skype. I also have Zoom. It looks like a lot of people are doing Zoom now. My office hours, Wednesday noon to 2. Also, we're trying something new this semester. There's going to be shared office hours between me and Dr. Tibbet. So there's my lab office hour. So it's Ikelea 119. That's a chemistry lab. It's just an hour before my lab on Tuesday. So bonus, if you're in my lab section, you can come an hour early and we talk about your homework. Or we can talk about homework during lab. You know, there's usually some downtime. And Dr. Tibbet's is Monday, 10:30, 11:30, and in the chem lab, also right after his biochem class. So, okay, and if you want to get a hold of me. Emailing me is usually the best way. So I'm usually pretty Johnny on the spot with emails. I say within a day. I'm usually sometimes even within an hour or even within minutes. Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm in a meeting and away from my office, or if you email me at night at like 6 p.m. when I'm making dinner, I might not get to it till a couple hours later, or I might be in bed asleep. So remember, I'm a human. I'm not an AI. So if you email me at 3 in the morning, you're not going to get a response till I wake up and check my email if I don't get up late and running out the door or something. But I'm usually pretty on the Johnny on the spot, like I said. So what is this course? This is Gen Chem 2. You've obviously already taken Gen Chem 1, so you know this story. This is the second semester. This semester, it's Gen Chem 1. It's like a uphill sprint. I mean, you come to class, or you take the class online, and new day is new mental model. There were fewer mental models in Gen Chem 2, but they're also harder. So, if you're not going to be changing, we're not going to be changing topics as much as we do in Gen Chem 1, but like I said, the new topics that we cover, there are fewer of them, but they're also more difficult. So, and you still have to remember everything from Gen Chem 1. Okay, and let me talk about this course. How does this work? You're probably one of the grading policies. So there are 4 tests. Each test is worth 10%. Homework is 35%, and the final is 25%. If you had me last semester, I'm changing that. The final is worth significantly less. Responding to feedback from students. Students wanted more tests. They wanted final to cost less in their grades, so I am providing that for you. And there's a forum. The only forum is a welcome forum, but that's optional. And basically the tests are, so first test is chapters 11 through 13, due February 1st. Test 2, 14, 15, due March 1st. Test 3, 16, 17, due April 1st. It's not an April Fool's joke. That's the real deadline. And then the last test, chapters 18 to 20, due May 2nd. That's the end of term. And then the final week ends May 9th. That's Thursday. That's graduation at Maui College. Okay, so, and I'll talk more about the final later, and the grading is a 15-point split. So 85 to 100 is an A, and so on. I have other stuff on here. I'm not necessarily going to go through it, but where to get help. So we have our accommodation statements. So if you have a documented disability, this is where you look for it. Stuff in the library. Okay, well, I'm just, in the interest of time, you probably want to get through to other things. I just going to show you just the things here. You can look at it more in depth later. I'm a safe zone advocate, so I wanted to highlight that. So if you need to talk to somebody, if you need to talk to me about anything, professors and teachers tend to be good connectors in the community. So if you have an issue, feel free to talk to me about it. It doesn't have to be LGBT plus issue, but of course I am trained as an advocate for those issues. Okay, so let me show you how this course works. And where is the course information? Not there. Okay. All right. Although the video's not on this yet, I'm going to go to the overview section. I'll highlight something that is important. Right here is the IDAP code. So right there. You really need to know that IDAP code. I will remind you that that's to get access to the textbook. Okay, so let me get you access to textbook. So here is the login page for the online portion. If you might also notice here, I'm scrolling around here on the Laulima page. So I'm going to click on a lesson, chapter 11. Start here first. This is just to orient you to online learning. That's an optional thing, but let me go to chapter 11. And here I have learning outcomes. Here's a learning space. So I mentioned the Mastering Chemistry. So if you click on this link, it will take you right to Mastering. And I'm scrolling. What I'm on right now is Safari. Mastering works best with Firefox. So if you can download Firefox, that works the best on that. Also, matter of fact, Laulima works best on Firefox. So Safari actually doesn't work well very often for many programs. Firefox is the best. Second best is probably Chrome. I'm not familiar with. I have no idea about Internet Explorer, but if you want to try it, I don't know. Okay, but because I'm a Mac guy myself. Okay, so let me talk about the lectures. So here I have blank notes. So if you click on this, and here are some notes that I'm going to go over in the lecture. These are blank. Okay, and then here's a lecture. I'm not going to press play, but there's me going over the notes, and then over here, just like I have the picture-in-picture, because I've taken some online classes, and I like being able to see the instructor's face. You know, it feels good that it's actually a human and not some automated program. So there is a human behind all of this, guiding you along the way. And so watch the lecture, and then here are the finished lecture notes. So these are the ones that I have then marked up. So and it's the same ones that I went over here on the lecture. So you can have the blank notes. Then the idea is take the blank notes. You can put them on your tablet or print them out, and then watch the video. You can take notes on the blank notes, use it as guided notes, and then also there's the finished notes at the end so you can see them. Okay, and then mentions about the homework. And let me sign in to Pearson. And here is my course. I will also send you instructions on how to join this course. So that's going to come later, but I'm going to send that out as an announcement. And so let's go to the assignments. So here are all your assignments. It might look slightly different to you because you're a student, not the instructor. I'm the instructor, obviously. So it may look slightly different. But I have so a review and a primer here for homework. This is just due after the second week to get you going, and then the first batch, chapter 11, 12, and 13, they're due on February 1st. So breaking it up into 4 sections. So chapter 11, 12, 13, that's basically intermolecular forces and solutions. And then the test on that, that's due at the start of February. Then, let's see here, what's the next one? Then it's chapters 14 and 15. 14 is kinetics and 15 is equilibrium. If you're wondering, chapter 14, that's the most difficult chapter in the entire series. So chapter 14 is pretty tough. And talk about it later. It's the reason why it's tough is calculus based. But you don't need to have calculus to take this class. The prereq is Math 135, which is pre-calc. But it's the concepts are calculus. But just like you can take physics, if you've ever taken physics, you can take physics non-calc based, even though physics is calc based. It's like that idea. This is the level that we're at right now. You don't have to know the big amount of integration and derivatives that we do employ in that, but it's just the concepts therein. And then that's due. That batch is due March 1st, and so on. So if you see there's an adaptive follow-up, if you don't score an 85% or above, then you get extra homework to try and make sure you understand those concepts. If you get over an 85, you test out of it, you don't have to do it. But if you score below, you do have to do the adaptive follow-up. And there's also pre-lecture stuff here, and then there's the tests. So tests are open note, open book. I put 3 hours as the time limit. According to mastering, you only need 30 minutes to take a test. So I'm giving you 6 times as much time as they say you need. If something happens and you really need more time, let me know. And of course, if you have a documented disability, you get more time anyways. But I haven't heard anything from my students that they weren't given enough time. So, but we'll cover that if that's an issue. Basically, hopefully, you can kind of see I want to be flexible to help you out. So if something happens, I can help you out with that. Okay, so here is this. If you want to get the e-text, well, you get the e-text as part of the IDAP. And if you want to opt out on the IDAP, what that is that the cost of the textbook gets applied to your student record. I don't know exact process, but you pay for it with your tuition and fees. You can get that taken off doing various things. I'll send those instructions out later as well. But this right here is where you get the e-text. So, okay, recap. My name is Mike Ferguson. I'm your instructor. How do you get an A in this class? You do the homework. You read the textbook. You do the homework. You look at the videos. You take the tests, and then you take the final. And you ace all of those. Get a big fat A. If there's any issues, please feel free to contact me. The many of the instructions are here also in La Lima. So La Lima, I've gone through and I've painstakingly put lots of these links on here, so it should be easy for you as possible to get there. I think I've checked all my spelling and I looked at all the links. I checked them twice, so it's close to Christmas, so I'm still having Christmas songs and whatnot stuck in my head. But yeah, I think I'm going to end here because I wanted this video to be short. But welcome again to the course, and I will be contacting you at least on a weekly basis. So aloha for now.